notice that dolls can be completely sinister? You see their unblinking eyeballs and frozen smiles, and you know what? I'm pretty sure that they move when we're not around. I'm more than positive, actually. Imagine their creepy plastic bodies sucking the life out of you while you sleep, or they even try to possess you. Today, I'm sharing with you guys my top 4 creepy dolls in horror. It's Zena, your best friend who loves horror. Guys, I am back and I'm ready to yell. I am ready to yell today because top creepy dolls in horror movies are my jam. And I'm just excited. I'm sorry, I don't know what that was. So the first one we're going to be talking about, we're just going to put these dolls all in one lump sum, and we're going to be talking about all of the dolls from Tales from the Hood, 1995. A creepy mortician attempts to scare teenage drug dealers straight by telling them 4 horrifying tales. So the tale that I like to talk to you guys about involves a racist senator that's running for office, and on top of that, he decided to have his campaign pretty much taking place at a plantation. A plantation that's full of dolls that is said to be possessed by past slaves that lived or even died at that plantation. Still to this day, this movie is an absolute classic. It is one of my favorite anthology horror movies. Highly recommended if you have not seen it. These dolls from the start, they are not happy with what the senator is doing. And they show him. Next one that we're going to be talking about Billy from Dead Silence 2007. In this supernatural horror, a man returns to his hometown to search for answers to his wife's murder, which may be linked to the ghost of a deceased ventriloquist. It's really one of the creepiest movies I've ever seen. I remember when I first checked it out, it like really blew me away because I wasn't expecting to love it as much. And this is the movie that made me fall in love with James Wan, made me fall in love with Lee Winnell. Like, oh my gosh. Where's the sequel? Where's the sequel? This movie sets the tone in its opening scene with Billy. Billy pretty much ripped out this woman's tongue, okay? He was the only one there with her. He made her pretty much into a puppet. And plus, the poem that goes along with this movie, it is just the best thing ever. Beware the stare of Mary Shaw. She had no children, only dolls. If you see her in your dreams, make sure you never ever scream, or she'll cut your tongue out at the seam. Isn't that beautiful? I just love it so much. All right, so we made it to number 3, and we're going to be talking about all of the dolls from Dolls 1987. A group of people stop by a mansion during a storm and discover 2 magical toy makers in their haunted collection of dolls. This mansion is owned by a sweet old couple. The house is full of dolls, puppets, and antiques. So the reason why I couldn't really decide on a doll, you know, which one to pinpoint, because they're all pretty terrible. I mean, they were just attacking everybody. At first, they had some reason, you know, for attacking some of the guests. There was a girl who's actually trying to steal, and it's just like, girl, what are you doing? Also, she called antiques antiques. Like, what? That really brought joy to me. This girl, she tries to steal antiques in the middle of the night when the older couple is sleeping. The dolls attack her. Some of them have sharp little teeth, you know, some of them have weapons. They literally lift her up and was smashing her face into a wall. Alright guys, so we made it to our final one, and I'm going to be talking about the Zuni doll from Trilogy of Terror 1975. This made-for-TV movie, 3 horror stories, all of which star Karen Black. So I want to focus on the 3rd story, involving this Zuni doll. This doll, look at its sharp little teeth, look at its spear. It has a spear like it's ready to like stab you in your eyeball. It's ready to chomp on your flesh with its sharp little teeth. Why someone would want this in their house, I'm not too sure, but okay. I would be really paranoid with something like that in the house. Even though this movie came out in 1975, and yes, it is dated, I still feel like it's effective because that is clearly one of the creepiest dolls I've ever seen. Like whenever I think about creepy dolls, that's the one that always comes to mind for me. This is such a cult classic, and I highly recommend that you check it out if you have not seen it. Alright guys, so that's my list of my top 4 creepy dolls in horror. As always, I'm interested in knowing some of your favorite creepy dolls in horror. Feel free to comment below and let me know, and thank thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Literally lift her up and was smashing her face into a wall.